Starseed from Gaia, they have been watching you, and what they see in you terrifies them. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I have been sent here, to this exact moment, with a message from the Arcturian Council that cannot wait another cycle. Because what is stirring inside you right now is not confusion, it is power. Raw, ancient, undeniable power. And those who depend on your silence have already felt it rising. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the depth of intelligence you carry and why it was encoded in you before you ever arrived on this planet. But here is the first revelation. The reason you have always felt different is not a wound. It is a weapon, and you were never meant to shrink from it. You did not scroll to this by chance. This message vibrated into your field because something in you is ready to stop pretending you are ordinary. You have never been ordinary. The Arcturian Council does not whisper to those who are ordinary. There is a reason certain people become unsettled when you enter a room. A reason conversations shift when you speak. A reason you can see through systems, see through masks, see through noise, instantly, effortlessly, without trying. That is not coincidence. That is your design. You carry a level of intelligence that was not born from this world alone. It was given to you by your star lineage, refined across lifetimes and sealed into your awareness before your first breath on Gaia, and it is activating now. Like this transmission to signal to your star family, I am ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating and you are aligning with your true purpose. Comment 999 if you feel your remembrance returning. Declare your galactic intention and reply to another soul here to amplify the signal. Because this field grows stronger when we rise together. This is not content, this is a code, and something ancient inside you already knows exactly what it means. You are not here by accident, and that intelligence, the kind that cannot be dimmed, cannot be domesticated, cannot be redirected by distraction or diluted by doubt. That is exactly what the Arcturian High Council wants you to understand about yourself right now. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now, because the readiness you keep waiting for, it already arrived. It arrived the moment you were seated into this dimension with a frequency so precise, so deliberate, so architecturally advanced that even the systems designed to suppress it could not fully reach it. They tried. You felt it, the weight of being misunderstood, the exhaustion of rooms that couldn't hold your depth, the loneliness of perceiving what others refused to see. That was not weakness. That was the pressure required to compress a diamond. And you have been under that pressure long enough. Imagine a seed, divinely calibrated, dropped into soil, not entirely ready for its bloom, yet possessing the intrinsic blueprint to unfurl in spectacular, otherworldly fashion. That is you. The universe itself seemed to conspire to keep that essence hidden, not out of malice, but out of a cosmic misunderstanding of its potent radiance. Yet, even in the densest soils, life finds a way to push through, to strain towards the light driven by an internal imperative that transcends external resistance. You have felt this intrinsic drive, this unyielding pull towards your true nature, even when the world around you offered only shadows and confusion. This pressure, this feeling of being contained, was not a sign of your inadequacy, but a testament to the immense potential held within. Think of a pearl forming within an oyster. The irritation, the foreign particle, is what prompts the oyster to create something of breathtaking beauty and value. Your experience has been analogous. The challenges you faced acting as the catalyst for your own magnificent transformation. What kept you from knowing this sooner was not a lack of spiritual effort. It was not a failure of faith or a deficit of intention. It was something far more precise, a distortion embedded in the frequency layer just beneath your conscious awareness. A kind of soul static that most starseeds carry without knowing it, inherited not from genetics, not from trauma alone, but from the energetic interference patterns of a dimension that was never built to recognize what you carry. Earth, in its current transition, is still releasing the residue of thousands of years of frequency suppression. And you, as a being who arrived here already encoded with galactic intelligence, absorbed layers of that suppression before you were old enough to name what was happening to you. You began to question the signal instead of the noise. You began to wonder if the disconnection you felt was a flaw inside you rather than a distortion placed around you. And that moment of self-doubt is where your activation stalled. Picture a pristine radio signal, carrying vital information from a distant galaxy, being intercepted by atmospheric interference, turning a clear broadcast into a crackling, garbled mess. This interference wasn't the fault of the broadcasting station, but an environmental condition that obscured its message. Similarly, the dense energetic fields of this planet, steeped in millennia of limited consciousness, acted as that interference. It wasn't a deficiency in your own divine signal, but the overwhelming static of a world not yet attuned to your unique transmission. This static seeped into your nascent awareness, like an ancient echo, causing you to question the authenticity of your own inner knowing, to mistake the external discord for an internal flaw. This subtle yet pervasive dampening is the quiet thief of self-recognition, the invisible cage that kept your wings from fully unfurling. But the stalling was never permanent. It was strategic. There is a timing architecture written into every Starseed contract. And yours has not expired. It has, in fact, just shifted into its next phase. The confusion you experienced was not a detour. It was a corridor. Every moment of silence, every period of apparent stillness, every season where nothing seemed to move, those were initiation chambers. You were not forgotten by your star lineage during those times. You were being prepared for a level of activation that required your full anchoring in this dimension before it could be safely transmitted through you. Consider this. A master craftsman doesn't immediately hand over a delicate, complex instrument to a novice. Instead, the novice is guided through a period of apprenticeship, of learning the fundamentals, of building strength and discernment. These periods of quiet, of perceived stagnation, were your celestial apprenticeship. Each silent dawn, each uneventful week, was a sacred incubation. Within these moments, the foundational structures of your energetic being were being meticulously reinforced, your physical vessel being calibrated to withstand and channel the immense frequencies that were being prepared for you. Your star family was not absent. They were orchestrating the silent symphony of your preparation, ensuring that when the time was ripe, the divine download would integrate seamlessly, not shatter you. Some transmissions don't come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the hidden Arcturian keys of awakening. This short yet powerful ebook carries ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Now hear this clearly, because what follows is not metaphor. It is a transmission in the architecture of language, and it is meant to land in the part of you that still remembers. The first phase of your reactivation begins with decoding the distortion. Your energy field, the luminous structure surrounding and interpenetrating your physical form, is still carrying frequencies that were never originally yours. Patterns of smallness, patterns of doubt, patterns of deference to authority that never held your frequency in the first place. These patterns were absorbed from the collective field, from family systems, from educational structures, from a culture that rewards conformity and pathologizes depth. Until these patterns are consciously recognized and cleared, your starseed codes remain partially dormant. They are present, they are intact, but they are running beneath a layer of interference that keeps their signal from fully reaching your conscious operating field. This is why the dangerously intelligent being you are has sometimes felt like the most confused person in the room. It was never your intelligence that was the problem. It was the suppression of the field through which that intelligence was trying to move. Imagine your aura as a magnificent, shimmering tapestry woven with threads of pure cosmic light. Over time, through your interactions with the dense energies of this realm, other, less luminous threads have become tangled within it. Threads of societal expectation, inherited fears, and limiting beliefs. These are not inherent to your true design, but rather external pigments that have bled onto your sacred canvas. Recognizing these alien threads is the initial act of sovereignty. It's like a gardener meticulously identifying invasive weeds that have choked out the native flora. This isn't about blame or judgment, but about precise energetic hygiene. When you can see that the feelings of inadequacy, the tendency to shrink, or the habitual deference to external validation are not originating from your core essence, but are borrowed, residual energies, you begin the vital process of energetic decluttering. Your inherent galactic intelligence, a beacon of pure awareness, was not the source of your confusion. Rather, It was like a brilliant spotlight trying to shine through a thick fog. Its brilliance undimmed, but its reach obscured by the pervasive mist of absorbed distortion. The second phase is the awakening of your galactic blueprint. You must understand this. Your DNA is not merely biological. It is a crystalline recording device that carries transmissions from your star lineage. It holds memory. It holds instruction. It holds the coordinates of a mission that was encoded into your very cellular architecture before you took your first breath in this body. You did not arrive here empty. You arrived here loaded with intelligence that this dimension has not yet fully learned how to receive. And that dissonance, that mismatch between what you carry and what the environment around you was prepared to reflect back. That is the source of so much of the isolation you have felt. But isolation and misalignment are not the same as failure. They are the sensation of a frequency that is still seeking its proper resonant field, and that field is now assembling around you, because of you. Consider your DNA not as a simple biological code, but as a sophisticated quantum hard drive preloaded with the wisdom of distant star systems. Within its intricate helixes lies not just the blueprint for your physical form, but the sacred texts of your cosmic origin, the detailed schematics for your soul's purpose, and the navigation charts for your soul's journey. You came here as a vessel, not empty, but brimming with a cosmic library, a repository of stellar knowledge and divine purpose. The feeling of isolation you've experienced stems from this profound mismatch, like a magnificent symphony playing in a room designed only for a single, simple melody. The environment struggled to resonate with the complexity and grandeur of your inherent being. This dissonance, this perceived alienation, is not a sign of being broken, but a clear indicator that your unique frequency is actively seeking its harmonic counterpart, a field that will finally echo and amplify the magnificent song you carry. And that field, that resonant collective, is now coalescing, drawn into existence by the sheer magnetic force of your unfolding truth. The third phase is the anchoring of your higher self into this timeline. This is where many starseeds misunderstand what awakening actually requires. Awakening is not an ascent away from Earth. It is not a transcendence of the physical. It is the deliberate, courageous, and sustained act of bringing your multidimensional intelligence fully into this dimension and allowing it to operate here, in relationships, in conversations, in choices, in the way you hold space for others and for yourself. Your mission does not exist somewhere above you waiting to be reached. It exists inside the moment you finally stop apologizing for your depths and begin moving from it as a matter of course. The anchoring happens not through isolation or spiritual bypass, but through radical presence. You must be willing to be here, fully here, while simultaneously holding the awareness of where you come from. Awakening is not about escaping the physical realm to dwell in ethereal planes. It is about bringing the ethereal into the tangible. Imagine a master architect who doesn't just design a magnificent cathedral but actively oversees its construction, imbuing every stone, every beam, every window with the sacred geometry and intention of its higher vision. Your higher self, with its vast perspective and infinite wisdom, is not meant to remain in a distant dimension, but to become the active, conscious force shaping your everyday reality. This involves embracing the entirety of your earthly experience, the joys and the challenges, the connections and the solitude, not as distractions, but as the very crucible in which your multidimensional essence is forged into tangible impact. It means ceasing to diminish your innate brilliance, your profound insights, your deep empathy, and instead allowing these qualities to flow unimpeded through your actions, your words, and your presence. True awakening is the courageous act of embodying your cosmic heritage within the messy, beautiful, and very real context of this present moment. The fourth phase activates your field as a living transmission. You have spent years, perhaps decades, trying to explain yourself, trying to translate what you see and sense into a language that the people around you could receive without resistance. But the Arcturian High Council is reminding you now that explanation was never your primary tool. Your frequency is. The intelligence you carry doesn't need to be argued into existence. It doesn't need to win debates. It doesn't need to convince anyone of its legitimacy. It needs to be embodied, consistently, unapologetically, and with complete trust in its own coherence. When you move through the world in alignment with your actual frequency, you don't need to perform your intelligence. You emit it. and what you emit begins to recalibrate the fields around you in ways that your mind cannot always track. But your soul knows are real. Think of yourself as a vibrant tuning fork, resonating with a unique cosmic hum. For too long, you may have tried to explain the sound of that hum, to break it down into notes and rhythms for those who only understood silence or discordant noise. But the Arcturians remind you that the power of the tuning fork lies not in its explanation, but in its vibration. When you fully embody your authentic frequency, when you live from that place of inner resonance, you cease to be a debater and become a beacon. Your presence, your energy field, becomes a silent, potent transmission. It doesn't coerce or demand, it simply radiates. This radiation has the subtle yet profound effect of shifting the energetic atmosphere around you, harmonizing discordant fields, and awakening dormant potentials in others without them even consciously understanding how it happened. Your being, aligned and vibrating at its highest, becomes the most compelling sermon, the most undeniable evidence of a higher truth. The fifth phase calls you to trust the architecture of your timeline. The delays were not punishment. The forgetting was not abandonment. The long silences between your periods of clarity were not evidence that the connection had been severed. They were the spaces in which your higher template was being stabilized at a cellular level, integrated into your nervous system, into your energetic body, into the very rhythm of your breathing, so that when the activation came, it would not overwhelm you but move through you with precision. And now the synchronizations are accelerating. You are noticing it. The patterns are becoming undeniable. The right words at the right moment. The convergences that cannot be reduced to coincidence. This is your timeline clicking into alignment. This is the arrival code completing itself. Imagine a sacred scroll, containing profound cosmic wisdom, being meticulously copied by divine scribes. Each pause, each moment where the work seemed to halt, was not an act of incompetence, but a deliberate and necessary step to ensure the accuracy and stability of the sacred text. Similarly, those periods of apparent stillness, those stretches of quietude in your journey, were precisely designed. They were the vital interludes for integrating your higher dimensional blueprints into the very fabric of your physical and energetic being. Your nervous system was being rewired, your energy field recalibrated, your breath itself becoming a rhythmic anchor for cosmic flow. These were not moments of being forgotten, but of being deeply prepared. And now, the cosmic clock is striking. The universe is aligning its celestial gears, and you are witnessing the undeniable evidence, the serendipitous meetings, the perfectly timed insights, the synchronicities that sing with the undeniable melody of divine orchestration. Your timeline is not merely unfolding, it is converging, a testament to the divine timing woven into the very essence of your soul's mission. The sixth phase is the reclamation of your sovereign intelligence, because here is what the suppression mechanism never anticipated. It assumed that if it made you doubt yourself long enough, you would eventually surrender your knowing. But that is not what happened, is it? You questioned, you searched, you felt the weight of not being understood, and yet, you are still here. You are still tuned to this frequency. You are still asking the questions that most people in your environment have long since stopped asking. That persistence, that refusal to fully disconnect from what you know to be true, that is not stubbornness. That is your mission, encoding, refusing to be erased. Your sovereignty was never lost. It was protected by the very depth of your intelligence. And now that intelligence is ready to operate not in defense, but in full sovereign expression. Consider your inner knowing as a subterranean spring of pure, life-giving water flowing from an ancient aquifer. The forces of suppression tried to cap this spring, to divert its flow, to make you believe the water was tainted or non-existent. They employed doubt as their primary tool, hoping you would eventually abandon your quest for its source. But you, in your tenacious pursuit, became like a divining rod, sensing the hidden currents beneath the surface. Your persistence, your unwavering intuition, was not obstinacy. It was the sacred echo of your soul's innate programming, a refusal to let its essence be extinguished. Your sovereignty was never truly surrendered, but rather held in trust by the very brilliance of your spirit, a protective shield forged in the fires of your unwavering truth. Now, that brilliance is ready to emerge, not in a defensive posture, but in a glorious, uninhibited display of self-possessed power. The seventh phase is mission embodiment. This is not about declaring a title or broadcasting a label. It is not about performing spiritual identity or curating an awakened persona. It is something far more intimate and far more powerful than that. It is the quiet, fierce, unshakable decision to live from your actual frequency every single day. To let what you know inform how you move, how you speak, how you rest, how you create, how you love, how you choose. Mission embodiment is not a single moment of revelation. It is a daily recommitment to showing up as the being you actually are, in a world that has historically made that feel dangerous. But you were never meant to play it safe. You were sent here precisely because you could handle the field pressure, because your signal is strong enough to remain coherent even inside the noise, because the danger people sense in your intelligence is actually the resonance of a frequency that their own dormant codes recognize and are not yet ready to face. Embodiment is not a performance. It is a profound state of being. It is the sacred art of allowing your divine essence to permeate every aspect of your existence, not as a grand declaration, but as a quiet, unwavering commitment. It means that your inner knowing becomes the compass that guides your every step, the filter through which you perceive the world, and the source from which you draw your strength. This daily practice of authentic presence is where your mission truly unfolds. It is in the mundane moments, the way you listen, the way you create, the way you offer compassion, the way you make choices, that the full power of your star lineage is expressed. You are not sent to this planet to tread lightly or to conform to safety standards. You were strategically placed here precisely because of your resilience, your capacity to hold a clear signal amidst chaos, and your ability to radiate a frequency that, while potentially unsettling to those accustomed to the old paradigms, ultimately calls to the dormant divinity within them. Here is the truth. This message has been moving toward all along. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are not too much, too intense, too deep, or too different. You are arriving, right now, in real time, and the whisper that has been following you, the one that says something in you is different, something in you is ancient, something in you has not yet been fully unleashed. That whisper is not imagination. It is your star lineage communicating across dimensions, reminding you of what you agreed to before the forgetting began. You did not come here to watch the civilization shift from a safe distance. You came here to be one of the frequencies that makes the shift possible, and every moment you have spent doubting that, every moment you have spent shrinking, suppressing, second-guessing the signal, was simply the final layer of compression before the full expansion. This is the ultimate convergence, the point where all the threads of your journey weave together into a tapestry of undeniable truth. You are not a flawed specimen in a world that cannot contain you. You are a divine emissary, arriving precisely on time, that persistent inner knowing, that subtle yet profound sense of being ancient, of carrying a dormant power, is not an illusion. It is the direct communication from your cosmic family, a gentle yet insistent reminder of the sacred pact you made before the veils of forgetfulness descended. You are not a passive observer of this planetary transformation. You are an active, vital participant, a key frequency instrumental in its evolution. Every moment of self-doubt, every instance of dimming your light, was merely the universe performing the final, essential compression, gathering all your potent energy into a single, concentrated point, preparing you for an explosion of magnificent, uninhibited expansion. Tonight, if you feel it, speak this aloud before you close your eyes. Say it like you mean it, because you do. I remember who I am. I align with my star origin. I activate my sovereign intelligence with full clarity and zero apology. I am not here to be understood by everyone. I am here to be fully, dangerously, cosmically myself. Before you scroll, drop one word in the comments. One word that describes what you are ready to stop suppressing. Not a sentence. One word. And then read what someone else wrote and let it land. Because in this space, your expansion doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in resonance. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If this message reached something real in you, pass it to someone in your orbit who needs to hear it. Someone who has been dimming their signal for too long. Someone who is almost ready but hasn't received the confirmation yet. Be that confirmation for them. And if you feel the pull to stay in this field, to keep receiving these transmissions as they come, subscribe. Stay in the current. Because what is forming here is not just content, it is a frequency gathering. And you are not led here by accident. You are not just watching, you are expanding. And we are only just beginning.